Thank you to Racer Girl for this video idea. Alright, so how much goes into determining your HHA score? A lot. So much, in fact, that me explaining everything would probably take me about an hour. But I'll try to do my best to get the highest HHA score possible and give my reasoning into how I decorate my house. Let's get started, shall we? The first and most important part of getting the highest score is to have the biggest house. Naturally, the lesson to pull from this is that you need a lot of money to reach your ultimate dreams. 6,196,000 bells to be exact. And with that done, we now have a big empty mansion with which to please the HHA people with. So most of you probably know the big ways to get a high HHA score. One of those ways is to have a completed set of furniture inside of your room. What you may not know, though, is that there's also a type bonus. To get a type bonus, you need to have 4 essential pieces of furniture in your room. These being a chair, a table, a bed, and a dresser/wardrobe. So what we need to do is find a furniture set that we can complete that has all of these essential items. I'm going to choose to use the Ironwood set because, frankly, it's one of my favorite sets in the game. And with all of it put down, we now have a good basis to start maximizing our score with. Because sadly, it's not as easy as just completing furniture sets and making sure that you have certain types of furniture. Let me teach you about Feng Shui. Feng Shui has been a feature in every Animal Crossing game, and New Horizons is no exception. The basic rules to Feng Shui is to have red furniture in the east, yellow furniture in the west, and green furniture in the south. It dates back to ancient times where some guy, probably high, believed that matching colors to cardinal directions in your room promotes harmony. Sounds like a load of crock, but whatever pleases the HHA gods. We luckily only need 1 piece of furniture for each respective color, so I'll just grab 3 random things. Cat grass in the south, Dala horse in the east, and gold bars in the west. And just like that Feng Shui, baby, do you feel harmonized? At peace? Good. Let's move on. Next up is categories. There are 14 different categories of furniture listed here. Taking 3 items from any of these categories and putting them in your room will award you a category bonus of 777 points, times the amount of categories that you completed. As far as what furniture is in these respective categories, well, that would just take me too long to list them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick the mannequins category, and here's a list of furniture from that category. Now, I'm going to pick 3 from this list. Boom. Done. I chose the Lucky Gold Cat specifically because it's a lucky item that is worth 777 points by itself. It's one of 13 lucky items in the game, but we'll get to that later. The other 2 just, I don't know, they look cool, okay? You got a problem with it? Next is the Basic Interior Design bonus. Ugh, that's a mouthful. All this means is that you need to make sure that your rooms are well furnished. You get 1,000 points for having at least 6 pieces of furniture in your room, another 1,000 for 10 pieces, another 1,000 for 15 pieces, and a final 1,000 for 20 pieces, maxing out at 4,000 points total put together. You also get 400 points for a wall-mounted furniture item, which maxes out after 3 items, granting another 1,200 points. You following all this? Are you writing this down? This is going to be on the test tomorrow. Basically, more furniture equals better. And have 3 wall-mounted items, okay? Got it? If you do all that, you'll get the maximum bonus of 5,200 points for basically doing nothing but putting things down. So let's do just that. I already have 16 items in my house, so let's put down 1 more ground furniture item and 3 wall items to make for 20 total pieces of furniture in this room, giving us the maximum furniture bonus. Remember when I talked about lucky items? Well, let's try to fill those 4 spots with some of those lucky items to get 2 birds stoned at once. My 1 non-wall hung item will be the gold HHA trophy because that seems appropriate. My wall hung items will be a gold rose wreath and 2 different villager photos. All of these items are considered lucky, so they should be 777 points each. And just like that, the basic interior design bonus has been met. What else can I use to boost my score? Well, the final bonus that I'll discuss is the situation bonus. Now that name is a little vague, so let me explain. Every piece of furniture has a situation associated with it. It mostly just means what room or theme the item is associated with. Here's a list of all the situations in the game. You can probably assume what furniture goes where just by looking at these, so let's just pick one at random. Ah yes, the expensive situation. That sounds like my student loan debt, am I right? Am I right? Anyways. I need to have 5 pieces of furniture, wallpaper, or flooring from the expensive situation to get my bonus, and I already have 2 in the gold HHA trophy and the gold bars. And since I haven't changed my wallpaper and flooring, let's fill 2 necessities by changing those to the cityscape wall and the palace tile. That makes for 4 total expensive situation items, so let's add a gold bug trophy just to make it 5 and complete that bonus. That grants us a whopping 400 points each, or 2,000 total for all 5 expensive items. So, with all that planning and effort into making this, let's see what my score is with just this one room decorated. 34,921 points just for one room isn't too bad, but I was maybe expecting a bit more. Of course, we still have 5 rooms to decorate to bolster that score, but I think that we can improve our main room a little bit before we worry about that too much. Hold up, I got a campsite villager, I gotta check that. You are the definition of mediocrity. There is another bonus that I haven't talked about yet, and that's the season bonus. As the name would imply, decorating your house with furniture that is in season can reward you with bonuses. For example, you can use the mushroom furniture to score extra points in the fall season, more so than you would if it was in summer. All seasons have several pieces of furniture associated with them, and I'm sure that you can assume what's what. So let me set my clock to the fall season and start going crazy with some seasonal appropriate furniture. Looks like my time traveling has lowered my score because of cockroaches, at least I assume that's what's doing it, so let's make sure we squash those goobers. I also learned as well, while doing this, that the HHA reward trophies are big points, just outright. So I'm going to throw down all the stuff that the HHA sends you as rewards and hope that it gives me a lot of points in doing so. Fishing and bug-off trophies get a lot of points as well, so let's put some of those down too. So I decorated the top floor with autumn-themed furniture, and I threw down all the HHA rewards and trophies that I could get as well. I also kept in mind the other bonuses as well, making sure that I have at least 3 wall-hung items, 20 total pieces of furniture, followed feng shui, and put some lucky items down for good measure. Now, let's check again what our score will be. So with 2 rooms now decorated by the extremely strenuous HHA standard, we have hit 79,123 points. I think we can get a little bit more though, considering I forgot to make sure to put a bed and a dresser in that upstairs room. Now with that done, let's check our score again. 80,099 points. It looks like that's more or less what we can max out at with 2 rooms fully decorated, but I've been thinking, what if all this methodical planning to make the most HHA happy possible is a waste of time? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it would just be easier to just spam the same high-value item over and over and over again? I'm going to test this theory by filling an entire room with gold HHA trophies on the floor and gold HHA plaques on the wall. HHA reward items have a base value of 573 points, and they're also considered lucky items as well. So that's why I'm choosing to use those. So could I, theoretically, just maximize my score by spamming these items? Well, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's a limit to the amount of furniture that you can put in a room. Oopsie. So this isn't as many gold trophies and plaques as I wanted, but let's still see if this gives us a ridiculous score. And it does. 233,295 points for doing nothing but spamming trophies on the ground. Which means that all this hard work in planning, decorating, researching how to get a high HHA score has been made completely obsolete by one simple trick: spamming a bunch of junk on the ground. I suppose it's a lot easier that way, but I was hoping to use the tricks that I learned in my research to complete this challenge, rather than resorting to this. But the goal is to get the highest score possible, so let's see how high it'll go. So it seems like the limit to each room is 170 items, meaning that I'll need 1,020 of either HHA plaques or gold HHA trophies. It took me about, I don't know, I'm going to say 4 hours to not only get all these items, but also put them all down in the house. It's a lot more work than it seems. But I can guarantee you this is a lot easier than methodically planning out how I was going to decorate my house like I was doing so before. And with that done, let's see our final score. 834,625 points. That is by far the highest score I have ever seen. For reference, the maximum HHA reward is at 150,000 points. I'd be curious to see if 7 digits are possible. Perhaps there's a higher point earning method that I couldn't come up with, but I'm pretty happy with this. Anyways, that was another fun video. I hope you enjoyed, and more importantly, I hope this taught you some tips on how to maximize your score with the HHA. Bye!